Hey friends, Tristan and Sabrina Truscott here, co-creators of the Satori Method, where we help you to supercharge your life. Now we're coming at you live from Austin, Texas. It's so beautiful today, but we're getting ready to go out to Wimberley, Texas, where we have a special interview with dear friend Dr. Joe Vitale. We've got some super juicy questions for Joe.
Now, as I'm sure you know, Joe is an expert on law of attraction, visualization, abundance creation. He starred in the hit movie and book The Secret. You've probably seen him on Larry King Live, and he's the author of a plethora of books, including The Missing Secret, Attractor Factor, Zero Limits.
Oh yeah, and Joe is going to be so rocking today. We're going to be asking him, how do you turn back the aging clock? How do you attract more abundance into your life? And yes, how do you awaken your spiritual wisdom so you can truly serve in the world?
So let's get to Wimberley.
Let's go!
Cowboys cry, yippee-yi, deep in the heart of Texas, the doggies ball.
We're almost to Joe's.
Texas.
Hey friends, Tristan and Sabrina Truscott here. Welcome. We are so excited today because we're here with dear friend and mentor, Dr. Joe Vitale. Joe, thank you so much for inviting us out.
Oh, I've been looking forward to this. Beautiful day for it too, so thanks for coming.
Incredible.
Joe, we are passionate about three things. We're passionate about people who are healthy, who have an abundance of energy, people who are financially wealthy so they're able to contribute to the world, and people who are wise, spiritually wise and connected and have insights. And we wanted to speak to you today because we think you have found a balance of those three, that you are this powerful trifecta of healthy energy, wealthy, giving, and spiritually wise. And we want to know, how do you do it all? What are your tricks? How can we help others to emulate all that? And we wanted to ask you about this thing we keep seeing you do.
What's that? You caught me at something?
We have
on film?
Every time we see you, or we see you enter into an event or a talk when you were on the Pro Evening Summit stage, you are giving stuff away. You gave away envelopes of cash and money.
I did. I forgot
to
that.
your music teacher, your voice teacher, two other teachers. You brought a box of stuff and gave it out to the audience. You talked about giving away cars. So what's up with that? And how does that tie into the trifecta?
I thought you were going to ask for something. I thought that's what most people do. Since you're giving so much away, Joe, how about over here?
You already are.
Thank you so much. There's something I believe in called karmic marketing or karmic giving. It's the whole idea that the more I give, the more I will receive. This is a principle of the universe. By being in the flow of the universe, I know the universe doesn't tend to hold on to anything. So if I want to be in this flow, in this divine circulation, what I have to do is participate. And how I participate is tuning into myself, and when it feels right to give something. And yes, I've given 3 or 4 cars away so far up to now. And at events like the great Pro Youthing one, I did give away cash. I actually forgot I did that. Not because for any particular reason, it's just like it was in the moment. You know, I wasn't calculating anything. I wasn't writing it down. It was like, this is what it was for me to do now. So I've learned that the more I give, the more I open myself to receive. And that's really the secret, because the window you receive through is made bigger by how much you give. So if you want to receive more, you give more. Most people don't know that. Most people come from scarcity anyway, so if they think about giving anything, they're doing it very stingily, very reluctantly. And what kind of message are they giving themselves? There isn't enough, I'm not deserving, there'll never be any more. You know, I live in a scarcity universe. I don't live in that universe. I did. I was homeless at one point. I was in poverty for a very long time. I did hear about the principle of giving. I did hear about this karmic marketing or karmic giving kind of thing. And so I thought, first of all, it's a scam. You know, I'm onto them. They want me to give to them, you know, and I know it's not going to work. And that's how smart I was. And as long as I didn't do it, there was no money, there was no wealth coming in. When I started to do it in baby steps, like most people, it's like, oh, I'll give $1. I'll give 50 cents. But when I started to see that it would come back, I started to think, oh, maybe this actually works. And so I would expand it so that today I'm not homeless, I'm not in poverty, I am not struggling. And the more I give, good Lord, the blessings come through in the huge, most unimaginable, colossal ways and unexpectedly. So did I answer your question?
Yeah, and it isn't just that you give financially.
Yes.
You give of your time and of your energy. You donate yourself So somebody who is struggling, say financially, and they say, I don't have $1 to give. Well, can you give some time?
Right.
Do you think that opens up the window?
It does, but there's a bit of a cop-out going on there. It's fine to say that, and it's certainly wonderful to do that. Give of yourself, give of your time, give of your energy, give of your expertise. But people deceive themselves really easily. They can really say, I don't really have the money, and as a result of not having the money, I'm not going to give more. They lied to themselves. You've got money. You've got money coming in to pay your rent, to pay your car, to pay your phone, to pay your food, to pay your fridge, whatever it happens to be. Take a sliver of that. The rule of thumb is 10%, but give something. You are really going into self-sabotage when somebody says, I don't have the money, so I'm going to give some time and energy. That's too easy. Yeah, do it, but don't also forget to do the give some money while you're at it. You can do it. Anybody can do that. And when you start doing it, you expand yourself.
I've so taken on that principle. The first time that I got to meet you, we had lunch in Austin, and you came with this big pile of books for me, and T-shirts.
I was
and
going to
all
trade
this
it for
cool
lunch.
stuff. It worked out. and you did something for me in that moment. I thought, man, this guy's onto something. You know, he doesn't know me. He comes with this bountiful gifts, and I started doing that too, Joe. I love to be in the position where I actually can give. And that's what Sabrina and I have loved so much, is we've always been about the health and the fitness and the spiritual practice, but we lived sort of in a bubble, in this minimalistic approach to life. And we had to knock that off and realize that money isn't evil, money is not bad, it's energy, it's beautiful, and when we allow energy to flow in with our health, why can't we allow it to flow in with our wealth?
It's currency.
It is currency,
it's currency. And so you started that trickle effect for me in a new way. I was coming out of my shell and breaking from this spiritual stuck place. And I see that in a lot of folks. They struggle with that, with the spirituality of all of this. But now I can contribute. To be able to write my mom a check for $2,000 just filled my heart with so much love.
Good for you. That's great.
I want to do more of that. Sabrina does that with her charity. She's raised almost $4 million for kids in Austin. But that's the teachings that I feel have been missing that you're bringing to the table.
Yeah, I'm doing my best to blow the whistle on a lot of the beliefs that people have. And one of them is, I can say this statement, and I won't finish it because everybody that's watching this will finish it. Money is the root of all. Everybody's going to say evil. Now, you don't think too much of it, but if you start to think a little deeper about it and you realize that unconsciously you think money's evil, what's going to happen if you go out there and you say, okay, I'm now going to attract money because I want to give it away. I want to attract money because I want to make a difference to people I care about. I want to attract money because I want to open a business or buy something nice for myself or my mother. So you have well intentions there. Those are healthy intentions. Consciously you go, I want to attract money, but unconsciously you think it's evil. Are you going to attract any? You will attract just enough to squeak by. When I spoke at the Pro Youthing event, that was the first time I had spoken that year. And it was one of the most powerful presentations I'd given. It was almost like I stored up dynamite.
It was TNT, man.
It exploded.
And when I got on stage, it was like they didn't see it coming. In fact, I think I stood on stage and said, look, because I care about you, I'm going to really be in your face. Yeah. I'm going to tell you the truth. And I was telling them, you ever wondered why you squeak by with finances? There's money circulating all over the place out there. How come you only have just enough to pay your bills? Well, it's because unconsciously you're not comfortable with money. And if you think it's evil, you're only going to allow just a little bit and you'll call it a necessary evil. And I'm saying that's not true. It's not even the biblical statement.
Right.
You know, and I went into the whole thing at the Pro Youthing event, but the whole idea was I'm blowing the whistle on these lame excuses for not allowing money to come into your life, because when you allow it to come into your life can be better. Sure, your family, your friends, your community, causes you believe in. If you care about Africa or somebody starving somewhere, you can do something about it when you have money, but you got to be okay with money to allow it into your life.
And I think that's one of the aspects that makes you such a balanced person. You have it all. You give it generously. You have a lot of energy. You give. You're a giver in so many ways. And that balance of the trifecta, the spiritual wisdom that you bring to it, to blow the whistle on what some people have twisted, things that they heard in the Bible that have been twisted to make them feel bad.
Yes.
No, the teachings of the great ones should make us feel huge
alive,
and joyful
great,
and
loving.
give.
Yes.
Yeah, and I love that you're standing up and saying, no, this is what we need to do.
Well, we are here as spiritual beings having this physical experience. And what we do is put limitations on our spirituality because of the beliefs we've inherited. And most of the time, we didn't even know it. I mean, our parents had inherited these beliefs. The culture inherited the beliefs. But somebody's got to stand up and say, those are beliefs. Are they serving you? If they're serving you, go ahead and keep them. Let them entertain you. If they're not serving you, maybe it's time to question them. And that's what I'm doing. I'm questioning for myself. I keep stretching myself. I keep growing. I keep expanding. I'm doing my best to stretch. You know, I'm challenging myself. When I come up against something that looks like a limitation, I want to question it. You know, now I've recreated myself as a musician, and I'm coming out with my first singing songwriting CD, and I'm more passionate about it than anything I've been doing recently. But in order to do that, 1 year ago of today, I did not call myself a musician. I knew a few guitar chords, never wrote a song, couldn't carry a tune, didn't have the beat down, I couldn't carry the quarter note. Today, I will have 2 CDs done, and by the end of the year, I will have 3 CDs done. How? As I started to approach, okay, here's my new dream. I want to be a musician. I want to write my own positive songs. I want to heal people through music. Stuff came up in the way of that. Like, could I do that? I don't have any skills for that. I don't have any talent for that. I'm known as an author and as a speaker and a self-help person of one sort or another. So as those blocks came up, I would look at each one, I would question them, and I would clear them. Because I think the spirituality is, that's coming to me as a gift. It's coming to me as a life mission. I could stop it. That's the human free will. I can go ahead and say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just be comfortable with the books I got and get royalties. I don't have to write anything else. I don't have to do anything else. I keep working on myself. I keep expanding myself, and now I'm a musician. And who knows where that's going to go, but I'm having a blast.
So you did the same thing. You went from being homeless, and you did the work, to being very prosperous and helping other people, and then you repeated it with music. So you have a blueprint of where someone can go from not having to having, whether it's financial abundance or a passion or a talent or a skill. I mean, what a great mentor, because there's no excuses. You didn't a year ago.
Right.
You only knew a few chords, and now you've got two CDs out.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah. Well, I put the blueprint in a book called Attract Money Now, and you can give it away to your people, whoever comes and watches this. It's part of the giving. And what I'm doing is trying to help people. I'm saying, look, I can't read the book for you, and I can't do the 7 steps for you, but I will give you these steps. And as you just pointed out, it's a blueprint. It's already worked. It's worked for me. It's working for the people who have read it. And I'm moving it into different areas like music, and I'm proving it'll work there.
Yeah.
So the answer's here.
It's wonderful. Joe, now there's this bizarre thing that was pointed out recently by you, and that's this secret fear that we have. I think everyone probably has this fear.
But they don't know it.
They don't know it.
Yeah.
Can you share a little bit about this thing?
The secret fear is they're going to run out of money towards the end of their life. And what their fear is, because they're nearing the end of their life and they're not going to have enough money, they're just going to go ahead and pass on. I mean, the parallel but silly example is you're in a hotel and you run out of money, so you can't stay another night. It's like, I'm just going to check out. I'm paid up through this date, and I'm out of here. Yeah. Well, people have that secret fear, and again, it's like money is the root of all evil. It's an unconscious fear. They don't know it's there until somebody points it out. And that's what we're doing. We're pointing it out to say, look, you may actually inadvertently, unconsciously cut your life short.
Right.
I think we can live, I have no idea what the limits are. I don't know that there are any limits to life at all. I don't know that. I even quit saying the sky's a limit because I thought that's not really a limit. We can go beyond that.
Zero limits.
Thank you for the plug. A book called Zero Limits. I appreciate all these inadvertent little plugs here. But the whole idea that some people don't realize that, and once they erase that belief, that they can actually have more than enough money, money will keep coming in. Once you're abundant and you're in the prosperity thinking, you're in the flow. I mean, money comes from unexpected ways these days for me. I'm not even trying all the time, and there it is just showing up. That's how it is when you step into the flow and you let life be this spiritual experience and you start taking direction from the inside. And again, that pro-youthing event where I talked, I mean, I hit people pretty hard, but gave them all of this information and all of this advice and all of these secrets and all of these tips. And again, one of them is, don't sabotage your own life.
Absolutely.
By thinking you're going to be in debt, you're going to run out of money, you can't go much further. You can repair that now.
Wow. It's huge. It's what made you such a perfect fit to be a part of that team, because you brought that. Now that increases our life. That increases the longevity and the joy of the life, because we get to be contributors, not takers.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. We hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much, Joe, for having us out here today.
This is wonderful.
Such
Thank
a
you.
joy.
Thank you.
Wow.
Woohoo! That was amazing. That was great. That was totally awesome. Joe was on fire.
Oh my gosh, and that's why they call him Mr. Fire, because he's just hot. He downloaded all these pearls of wisdom and just gave them to all of us.
I mean, the tips, the tools, the techniques, the insights that he just shared in just those few minutes, if we could apply those in our life starting right now, the life would totally transform.
And did you get that he's gifting all of you his book?
All of you, his book.
Attract Money Now, which had the blueprint. He basically said it's got the blueprint of how he did it. That's incredible. So I'm off in a couple of days. I'm going to the Smoky Mountains.
Without me.
I'm sorry. In Tennessee, where I'm going to be meeting with longevity guru Peter Ragnar. I'm going to pick his brain, and we're going to go into a deep interview on some really special stuff.
And if you don't know Peter Ragnar, he's the guru that's known as the Magic Man. His teachings and what he's going to share will be absolutely magical.
It's going to be smoking hot in the Smoky Mountains, so check this out. And by the way, we love hearing your comments and getting to read what you're experiencing listening to Joe. So please jump in and let us know. And thank you so much for being on this journey with us. We'll see you in a couple of days.
Bye.
Bye.
Deep in the heart of Texas.